Good afternoon, students. I am talking to you today about our Stage 4 writing project. You'll notice this writing project can actually be completed in English. I'm just making this video in case you're struggling. If you have writer's block, I want to talk about sort of how I would work through this project. As you can see from slide 1, this is going to be about a court of law. So you get to choose who the characters are, who's accusing whom of what. And again, you're allowed to write in English. The catch is you must use at least 10 legal terms that are Latin in your script. So if you look at slide 3, we have a nice glossary of legal terms that come from Latin. And then if you click on this link, you can see the terms and the definitions. Okay, so just remember that. Hold on to that information. Today I'm actually going to show you an example of my completed project. All right, I got started by choosing my characters. Right, I chose my accuser, my defender, what the accusation is, and then what's the verdict. Okay, and that's on this slide. You can choose whatever you would like to write about. On this next slide, I set up the storyboard. I used Google Images and I just set it up with the different pictures. And then on this next slide, I started adding speech bubbles to kind of take us through this argument. All right, and I'm using that outline from slide 4 to just take us through that argument. Now, for the writing process, for our purposes, you'll notice that I have underlined some of those Latin words that might be used in a court of law. And then on slide 10, I'm adding those definitions. I wanted to mention one thing that you might find useful. Before you get started writing what somebody has to say, consider choosing a word. And so, for instance, maybe I'm looking through this list and I say, okay, I want to use alibi. Maybe then I could sort of reverse engineer it. You could say, I have no alibi. Right? You see how my first step is to look up the word, and then I sort of have to fit it into a sentence. Because that's sort of what we're doing. We're trying to figure out how to use some of these legal terms practically. Okay, so that's one of my strong suggestions is first choose the word and then build your sentences around those. All right, and then my other suggestion is just make it fun, make it enjoyable to read. All right, folks, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and good luck.